It's like once you realise, you know, you're going the wrong way, up the one-way road, you turn around straight away. You don't keep driving, I'm going on the one-way road, I'm going the wrong way, let me keep going. No, you turn around. That's what you do when you realise in that interaction, the individual is gaslighting you again. End it right there. End the conversation. They say, do you know, you can't, well, I'd be straightforward, and no one's gaslit me in years, but I'd be straightforward and say, yeah, you're gaslighting me right now, I'm not really going to have it. End of conversation. Now this week's tea is the Slim Me Organic Tea by the English Tea Shop. Hey, I hope you can see that. I don't know if this focuses properly. This organic green tea also contains ginseng and ginger and acai berry. This Slim Me tea hopefully can go part of my New Year healthy eating regime, lose a few pounds. I'm just going to quickly go and make this. Join me. Get yourself a cuppa, get yourself a Coke, coffee, whatever you need. Join me. Let's talk. Welcome to ClickSmart. Hello my lovely, welcome to ClickSmart. I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Every week I bring out a new video discussing things related to health, wealth and the slay. Right now we're in a time where, you know, New Year's starting, and I just feel like we need to say no to gaslighting in 2020. Avoid it at all costs, because like I always say, a healthy body is simply incomplete without a healthy mind. If you watched last week's video, you'll know that I took you through 7 ways to know that you are being gaslit. If you didn't watch that video, I'm going to try and link it somewhere. I don't know how I'm going to do that because it's only like my 4th video, but I'm going to try and link it somewhere so that you can know the ways that you're being gaslit. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to combat gaslighting. First thing I would say with regards to gaslighting is that you need to be certain who you are. Now, I know that may sound very easy. Oh, well, I know who I am. Well, when I say certain of who you are, you need to be certain that you're not somebody who forgets things. You're not somebody who, you know, doesn't remember the order of events. You're not somebody who intentionally accuses others of things they didn't do. Be certain of who you are, because the number one thing someone who's gaslighting you, someone who's basically manipulating you, trying to deceive you through manipulation about their behaviour to affect the way you view yourself and your conduct, the number one thing that that person looks for is someone who is not sure of who they are, someone who is very fearful or mindful of who they are, because potentially you may have been gaslit all your life. Your parents may have done it, your first boyfriend or girlfriend did it, your ex-husband, wife did it, you've been constantly used to it, so they see that sort of chink in your armour that you're not quite sure of self. And they use that to get into your head to make you feel like you're not remembering the way things happened, or that your view of events is wrong, you know, and also to make you feel like you're the one who has potentially done something wrong when you haven't. So that's the first thing. Be certain of who you are. Know that you're someone who, you know, you don't overreact to things. You just don't. You're not making it up either. You're just not that kind of person. You can't spend your whole life overreacting to things. It's not going to help you, and that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in you and your well-being, not the gaslighter. I don't care about their whole thing. You know, they need their own help. You are who I'm concerned about, and you don't deserve to be gaslit. You don't overreact to situations. You're able to communicate your wants, your needs, your desires, your thoughts, your feelings clearly. I can do a whole nother series of videos on how to introspectively get into yourself and know exactly who you are, so that going forward in your future relationships, you are not gaslit. You have that certainty of who you are. But that's the first thing. That takes me to step number 2. You do not entertain a gaslighter. Once you've realised that you are being gaslit, and that this person, because you're certain from step 1 of who you are, and you now realise the person is gaslighting you, don't tolerate it. You never entertain a gaslighter. You end it as soon as possible. If you're married to a gaslighter, this may be a bit more difficult to do because you have other feelings involved, feelings of attachment, love and care, and you may even be financially dependent on that person, so it might not be as easy for you to detach that gaslighter from your life physically. Do not tolerate it. If that conversation is going on the line of you being gaslit, you know what? I'm not going to tolerate this conversation anymore, because I know what I saw, I know what I heard, I know what you did, I know what I felt, and this is my perspective. and I'm certain and sure of my perspective. And in your head, you'll know, oh no, you're gaslighting me. You may even say to them, look, you're gaslighting me, I've had enough of this conversation, which is what I would do, because I would not entertain a gaslighter.
Mental health checkpoint.
Third way to deal with a gaslighter is to ensure that you always stand your ground. You must stand your ground with a gaslighter. Good chat. If you are certain that your conduct is very reasonable and that what you've requested is reasonable, your reaction to their behaviour is reasonable, stand your ground, because the gaslighter wants to be able to manipulate the ground on which you stand on so that you doubt yourself, their record of events, their view of what happened, as opposed to yours that you know inside you is true because you're certain of who you are. So you need to make sure that you stand your ground with a gaslighter, especially because a lot of people who do gaslight, they are also bullies. And you know, bullies are very difficult to deal with notoriously. However, I think from I was knee high to a grasshopper, you know, my parents told me the way you deal with a bully is to stand up to them. If your man or your woman is bullying you and gaslighting you, and you're able to leave them, leave them. If it's for a day or a week or forever, but leave them. Let them be in the empty room gaslighting themselves. Honestly, they'll have nothing for the furnace but their own self, and they can become the embers and the ashes of the furnace they've created with their gaslight, as opposed to you, right? Because as I always say, you came into this world alone and naked. Your mental health, your peace of mind is number one, numero uno. You cannot allow someone to take that from you, especially with something as vile and deceptive and manipulative as gaslighting. Especially when, if you watched my previous video, you now know the signs, you know what they're doing, you're fully aware. You're fully aware now. Secondly, avoid prolonging the interaction any longer than you have to. Once you realise, oh, she's at it again, she's gaslighting me again, oh, he's doing it again, he's gaslighting me. End that just interaction right there. There's no point you continuing it. They're not going to accept it, hence the fact they're gaslighting you, because they want to force you to accept this twisted paradigm that they've created. So end that interaction right there and then. Don't entertain it. Don't fuel their fire, their gaslight with, you know, your feelings and emotions and your verbalization or vocalization continuing in the conversation. It's just giving them wood for the fire they're trying to light. If you're giving them, you know, a furnace to burn with your emotion, with your words, with your interaction, even with your very time in the conversation, end it right there and then. It's like once you realise, you know, you're going the wrong way, up the one-way road, you turn around straight away. You don't keep going, I'm going on the one-way road, I'm going the wrong way, let me keep going. No, you turn around. That's what you do when you realise in that interaction, the individual is gaslighting you again. End it right there. End the conversation. They say, do you know, you can't, well, I'd be straightforward, and no one's gaslit me in years, but I'd be straightforward and say, yeah, you're gaslighting me right now, I'm not really going to have it. End of conversation. However, you could be like, do you know what, actually, you think whatever you want to think, I'm going to believe what I know happened, and we just leave it there and get away from that situation. I said it in the previous video, if you're interacting or dealing with a gaslighter in any day-to-day intimate way, or even at work, interactions daily, get away as quick as soon as you can, because it's detrimental to your mental health. It is detrimental to your mind. They're trying to make you question your mind. They're trying to make you not trust your own mind and your own psyche. Don't tolerate, don't stick around for that. Go quickly, leave the conversation. Third thing that you must do when you're being gaslit is hold your ground. You know the truth, right? You know what's happened and what it is. Stand your ground. Don't give them what they want. Don't give them that apology they want. Don't give them that, oh yeah, maybe you're right, you know, maybe it was me. Don't give it to them, because that's what they want. Then you're giving them more fuel to do it to you another day. Stand your ground. If the person doesn't want to engage in a reasonable adult conversation with you, you have two choices. You either go down the spiral with them and let them gaslight you by continuing the conversation, or you park it, you leave it right there, you end that conversation, hold your ground. You never accept the lies and manipulations of a gaslighter. Don't. I know it's difficult for some of us who've been gaslit for so long and bullied by this individual for so long that you just accept what they're saying, but don't. Make a conscious effort after you've watched this video. Don't accept what they're saying. Hold your ground. Hold it. Fourth step is to say no to it. absolutely categorically say no to it. This is not acceptable in your life, because you're not gaslighting anyone. You will not accept anyone doing it to you. And learn to say no to their aspersions and their accusations and the stories that they make up about you. Do not be backwards in coming forwards with your no. No is a powerful word, and there's so many powerful ways you can say no. You can say, I don't think so. Well, that's not right. You can flat out say no. You can say, I'm not doing that. You can say, that's not the way it went. But keep your no. Ensure that you say, and I know it's difficult if you're in an intimate or long-term relationship with a gaslighter, if they're your parent, if they're your spouse. I know it's difficult because you feel like you're stuck with this person. However, I just want you to remind you what I've said before, which is that you came into this world alone and naked. Your mental health is at the top of the list. You came into this world alone and naked. Your mental health is at the top of the list, because, you know, a healthy body is simply incomplete without a healthy mind. And yes, that involves saying no. That's not what happened. And I know it's hard for a lot of us to really stand up and say no. There's so much power in standing your ground, holding your ground. There's so much power in just like not even engaging. Once you realise they're gaslighting you, dead the conversation straight away. There's so much power in like knowing who you are. There's so much power in holding your ground and knowing like, I'm right on this and I'm not apologizing to this gaslighter. And there's so much power in just saying no, just checking out of it. Use that word more often. I know since we're, you know, since we were all little toddlers, we were always told by our parents when we say no, what do you mean no? Don't say that, you know. And a lot of people do have a problem with saying no, but you need to exercise no where gaslighters are concerned. If you'd like me to do a video on how to say no in the most effective ways, do let me know, because I've got a few different ways and different techniques, depends on who you're dealing with. Don't think just shouting no. That's not the way, because most people who are gaslighting you, they don't care how much you shout. Like, you're crazy to them. They've even achieved it by making you raise your voice or lose your temper. They've achieved what they wanted to achieve by gaslighting you, which is to make you seem away. So there's tactful ways to just eject yourself and refuse to, you know, be a participant, willing or otherwise, in their BS. Because that's what it is. It's nonsense. They've gaslit you. They know what they did. That's why they're gaslighting you, right? Because if they didn't know what they did, they wouldn't bother to gaslight you. Those are my 4 key steps to be able to overcome a gaslighter straight away in any conversation. Follow these steps, but make sure, number 1, that you definitely are secure in who you are and how you know things went down. If someone is gaslighting you, they have serious personality problems. They have traits that are very unhealthy for any human being to be in close proximity with, let alone in a full-blown relationship. And I would just say avoid them at all costs. And, you know, if you're married to them, take them to therapy. Let them try and change their ways. And if they're not, you gotta do what you gotta do, sis. You gotta do what you gotta do, bro. Because the worst thing to be is to be married to someone who is going to constantly denigrate your mental health, right? You only have one body, one mind. You have a whole life to live. You need to be sound. Do not allow someone to take away your peace of mind. Because what happens when you're gaslit is you become stressed. You become irritable. You are on edge. You become afraid. You become more emotional if you were emotional to start with. You become deeply worried and scared. Even for your own sanity, you may start to think it's all in your head and you're going mad. So my advice, and even take this as a bonus, 5th way to deal with gaslighters is to just avoid them at all costs. And that's honestly what I would advise. And if you like this video, if you enjoyed this content, you found it useful, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me how you've dealt with gaslighters in the past. I'd love to know. Thank you for coming to my channel and watching another video. I've been Emmy, and this is ClickSmart. You're smart, you clicked. Thank you. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! 2020, 2020, 2028, 2020. Oh, Emmy, you look silly. Dancing and no music. I can't put any music on here because I would get a copyright strike and I can't afford that. My channel's literally 2 days old. Thanks for watching. Peace, XO.